The USA hit show Psych. We've got Dule Hill. Dule, good morning.
How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Thanks for coming to Chicago. Could you give us a little insight on why you're here? What are you doing today?
Well, I'm here because USA Network has partnered up with Comcast Chicago to do a pop-up activation here for Characters Unite, saying what I won't stand for. It's really about getting the word out about intolerance, prejudice, racism, homophobia, bullying, trying to get a dialogue going within the community of people being aware. Right.
And so there are T-shirts, right? It says like "I don't stand for" and then a blank line.
Yeah, everyone can come out to Millennium Park and you make your own T-shirt and it says "I won't stand for" and you put in what you won't stand for, and you can take pictures with myself and you with your T-shirt and send it out there to the Twitter sphere and Facebook and all those good places.
Do you have one of these T-shirts?
I do.
What is it say?
Mine is "I won't stand for discrimination."
Discrimination?
Yes.
I like that. That's a good one. I saw your PSA for it. You have like a good minute and a half in there, and it says you had a little incident with a cab driver in New York, right?
Yes.
What happened?
Well, here's the interesting thing. First of all, I did a show years ago on Broadway called "Bring the Noise, Bring the Funk." It's like in like 97, 96, and we did a number called "Taxi" about how young black men couldn't get taxis in New York. And that was 15 years ago.
Right.
And just the other day now, I'm at Bryant Park, I had my same pea coat on and my scarf and, my newsboy cap. I think I look pretty chic overall.
Yeah, I would say so. It looked GQ on there.
So I'm walking out there and I see the taxi man and he sees me coming to him and I see him go and lock his door. And then when I get to the door, he pulls forward.
Okay.
And I walk up to him again. He pulls forward again. And there's only so far he can go, but he keeps doing it.
Yeah. So there's like a car in front of him and he keeps trying to.
It's really bugged me out that, like, wow, 15 years later.
It's
still
amazing.
Like, I'm a grown man now. I'm not like, having some big hoodie on and all that kind of stuff. I'm a grown man and I still can't catch a taxi. And a side story is even 3 weeks before that, a friend of mine came out to New York and we were hanging out down in the Village. And he runs an oil company. And we sat out there like 1 o'clock in the morning, like 3 or 4 taxis pass us by.
Really?
And like I know when taxis are free and when they're not free. Like I'm in the city all the time.
You see the light. I mean, the light is the one side. Yeah.
I see your light on, but you're passing me by.
Yeah.
So eventually I just took the subway.
Yeah, there you go. Well, how does Characters Unite, how is it going to change interesting aspects of the world like that? Like, how is it going to open up a light to end discrimination?
Well, you can't wave just one magic wand and make change just like that. It's in increments. I always say if I can get 1 billion people to move 1 billion stones, then I can move a mountain. Okay. And that's what this is about. It's about creating a dialogue. And if I can get you just to look at something a little bit differently and go have a conversation with somebody else, it may enlighten somebody else. So a little change can go a very long way.
Very cool.
And that's really what USA is trying to do.
I like that. And speaking of USA, you've got your Psych is coming back on the air Wednesday, right? Is it the
back
premiere?
On the air this Wednesday. It's been a long time coming, but here we come. Get ready.
I saw on Xfinity you have an interview on there, and it's on the on-demand section. So every 5 minutes, if you fall asleep and you're watching on demand and it goes to that menu, you've got that interview come up. And they mentioned that you might be doing kind of a remake on Clue. Is that right?
Yeah, we definitely are doing a remake on Clue. That's our 100th episode.
Yeah,
it's a Clue-esque episode, and we have Christopher Lloyd, Leslie Ann Warren, and Martin Mull from the movie.
Are you going to have 3 endings? Is there going to be kind of a surprise twist at the end?
I think there may be a surprise twist at the end. I think we really knocked it out the park with this one. It was a fun episode to do, and I think the Psychos are going to really love it. I'm sorry, I have to cough. I just want to press that button.
Yeah,
that's all.
Everyone does. There's 3 buttons in the studio. One's got on, one's off, and then one is cough. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone use it. Everyone always mentions it, but no one ever uses it. So you're the first.
I just use it. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna take a picture of it too.
Well, with that Clue reference, I was kind of wondering. All of the episodes in Psych, they've got some sort of reference to an 80s movie or TV show. How do those come about? Like, how do you guys get those ideas?
Well, Steve Franks and James Roday are like 80s freaks.
Okay.
I mean, they're just really, they have some screw missing somewhere where they seem to be stuck in that timeline. So they just keep coming up with there's movies that they like and shows that they grew up watching.
Do you get all the references?
No.
No.
Most of the time I'll do something on the show and after we do the take, I'm like, okay, now what did that mean? Yeah.
Do you ever go back and like, if you have some sort of reference in the script, do you have to go back later and watch the show or watch the movie?
Well, I do like for Dual Spires, I actually did a Twin Peaks marathon. Okay. Because we did a homage to Twin Peaks. Yeah. I had to go watch pretty much all the episodes just to know what was happening.
Very cool.
And the same thing with Clue. I went back and watched it just to refresh my memory.
Yeah, just so you remember what's going on.
But what I didn't have to do was go back and watch Thriller when I did Michael Jackson and American Duos. I knew that.
And you had the dance moves there, so you have a history with dancing, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into it?
I'm a tap dancer. I started dancing when I was 3 years old, going to dance school in East Orange, New Jersey. And one thing led to another. Next thing I know, I was on Broadway understudying Savion Glover.
That's cool.
In the Tap Dance Kid, and now I'm here talking to you.
I saw that in one of the Psych episodes, you actually got to show off your skills with tap dancing. How cool was that?
Oh, it was great. I got one of my good friends who's one of the world's greatest tap dancers, Jason Samuel Smith.
Okay.
He came out and did the episode of Psych and put some choreography down, and we had a lot of fun.
Nice.
My legs didn't have so much fun. I
can imagine.
Very sore. But
did you have to do a ton of takes for that?
Yeah.
And so it's just dancing and dancing and dancing?
Yeah, and I learned the choreography like the day before. Like I flew in. It was the first episode we shot, and I flew in, learned the choreography the day before, and we shot it the next day.
Wow.
And my legs were like, "Oh, what are you doing? You haven't been on Broadway in a long time, brother. Stop it."
Not working out as much like that.
Right.
Now, you guys are reaching your 100th episode, and you have the USA's longest running original series right now. When you decided to jump off of West Wing into Psych, did you really think it was going to go this long and become this popular?
No, I mean, you always have the hope that it will be on the air for a while, but I never thought it would be on this long. I mean, going into our season 8, I'll actually be on the air longer than I was on West Wing.
Really?
So I mean,
okay, yeah.
we did 7 seasons on West Wing.
Yeah.
So I'm humbled and I'm thankful for the engagement and the commitment that the Psychos have.
That's cool.
To keep us on the air.
Now, my personal question is, first of all, I love the show. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. But watching it, you always get named a different name other than Gus. What do you have a favorite? Do you remember anything specific?
My favorite is always the first one, which is Gus Silly Pants Jackson, because Roday did it just in a take and he just improv'd it. And I remember after the take, I was like, "What did you call me?" So that's always been my favorite because that's what started the whole thing rolling. And then my second probably would be Lavender Gooms.
That's a good one
because
too.
Lavender Gooms is actually my great aunt, and she's still alive.
Oh, that's
what
really
I mean?
cool.
Which we actually call her Aunt Tit. Actually, we're Jamaican, so we have nicknames like that.
And so like that kind of came up organically through James, and you guys have that kind of on-air chemistry. Are you guys friends off
I can't
the set?
stand that dude.
Really?
He is an ass. No, I'm not playing. No, he's good people. I love James a lot. There's a mutual respect that we have for each other, and I think that is, people can see that on air, and it's allowed us to find creative and fun things to do on air, and it's kind of gone through the rest of the cast and all the crew. So we have a good time up there. Nice.
And are there a lot of off-scripted moments like that on the show?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm a professional broadcaster.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, I'll cough in the meantime. But there's a lot of stuff that happens. I mean, each time we'll do a scene, if anybody has an interesting idea, we'll just go for it.
Okay, cool.
And sometimes it makes it to air. Most of the time, it makes it to air. And other times, Steve Franks will be like, that's not going there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Psych comes back Wednesday the 27th at 8, I believe.
Out here, it's 9.
Oh, it's 9? Yeah.
Yeah, out here in Chicago, it's 9.
And then today, you're at Millennium Park. What was the name of the program again?
It's called Characters Unite, I Won't Stand For.
Okay.
And I will be there at 11:30.